Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Marquise Martin Hayes. It's my pleasure to connect with you today. It is Wellness Wednesdays, and today we're going to have some fun. As a matter of fact, over the next few weeks, we're going to have some fun. I'm going to do some things a little bit different. Of course, I'll have guests, but I also want to take the time to connect with you and answer questions. Going live, it has its benefits of I'm there, you can catch me online, but how much more fun would it be for us to interact and connect with each other? So today, and a couple times over the next few weeks, I'm just going to go live by myself and answer your questions. So feel free to drop them in the chat and I will answer them. But like I love to do, as I always do, you guys know I'm an inner and outer wellness coach. And so I love to share with you all of my opportunities, including Rodan and Fields, which I'm so proud to be a member of, a consultant for Rodan and Fields, inner and outer wellness. So I not only sell wellness, but I also help people start their own business. And so I have the pleasure of sharing that stuff with you guys. And so let's take a look at this commercial.
Pores, that's a universal problem. Men, women, teens, everybody hates their pores.
Young and old, male and female. It's important at every stage in life to keep those pores looking clear and clean. And by the way, face, chest, and back, wherever clogged pores may be. There's a real benefit to having clear pores. It stops the desire to pick, which is a compulsion for many people, but that can lead to dangerous things.
When you use your fingertips, a little bit of that oil goes up, but a lot goes under the surface of the skin, which is why around an area that you might have squeezed, you get redness, you get more acne that can form there. So you don't want to do that.
To pick is human. And if there's nothing to pick, there's nothing to pick. So if we can keep your pores clear, then no one will get into trouble and break out these to try to remedy the problem. There's a big difference between clogged pores and blackheads.
All right. So just letting you see kind of what we do. That's our commercial around our pore cleanser. It helps get rid of blackheads and helps get rid of large pores. So there's an amazing sale taking place today through Friday. I want to let you know about it. There's also our AMP MD roller. You can find that on my Facebook page where I'm talking about those things. There's some links so you can get some more information, and maybe we'll talk about it later in the show. But today, I don't want to ramble. I want to connect with you. What's on your mind? What are you thinking? What do you want to know in terms of wellness? I know there's always questions out there. People are asking, Marquise, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Well, today is your opportunity to ask me live. I'll stay on as long as we need to. So if the questions roll in, we go. If the questions are not ample, we'll just be quiet and chill out. I'll share a few things, of course, along the way because I won't leave you guys hanging. But feel free to ask questions. I love answering them for you and
you want
expanding
to know in terms of wellness. I know
options.
There's always questions out there.
Look at that. I hear myself. I was trying to make sure I could see you guys' questions come in. So if that interrupted us, no problem. Anyway, so feel free to drop questions in the chat. If you want to join me live, let me know. I'll send you a link so you can do that as well. We can jump on here and we can break things down. A couple things that do come to mind. Remember, this is live and interactive. A couple things that do come to mind for me today that I do want to share about are supplements. And so I want to empower you guys around the world of supplements. I know. Okay, so first of all, let's get our bases right. We live in America, okay? America, where money is king, where shopping, marketing, exchange is king. It's a capitalistic society, which isn't a bad thing, but you got to remember that's what it is. And so the goal is to sell, to barter, to exchange. And how do you do that more effectively? You market. Heck, I got a wellness program coming out. The next month, I'm actually working on some of the videos today, so I'm going to market that as well. But when we talk about supplements, I'm not saying they're bad at all, but there are some things you need to know. So you want to write this down, or you just want to take note of it. Number one, you want to find out who told you needed a supplement and why. What's their benefit? Not your benefit. What's their benefit? Once you figure that out, that'll just help you think a little bit clearer. The next thing you want to do is you want to find out what's in the supplement. What's in it? And why do you actually think you specifically need it? That's something we want to explore, because oftentimes someone will say, you need this because you're experiencing that, so you need this. But that's not necessarily the case. One of the examples I love to use are vitamins. I think vitamins are fantastic for people who are unwilling, listen to me closely, who are unwilling to eat fruits and vegetables. Do you get the context? I don't have a problem with vitamins if you're not willing to eat the food. Because a vitamin is not a food. It is a supplement. It is a scientific experiment. It is a product that was created and developed. It is not nature. You are a living organism. You are one with this planet. You are one with nature. You are not a product. So if you're not willing to eat fruits and vegetables, then please, by all means, take your vitamins. I'm not opposed to vitamins in that regard. But there's a better way. So you're welcome to choose the better way through eating your food or eating your nutrients. But do you have to buy vitamins? Absolutely not. Do you feel better when you take vitamins? And if you find that you do, it's perhaps because you don't have what you need in your food. You're not getting the food. Don't buy the hype. The soil is the worst it's ever been. And so therefore, there's no way you can get your nutrients from the soil. Ixnay, that's called buy my product. I'm trying to scare you because without my product, oh my God, your life's going to end and you're going to have bloated gut and probiotic this and that, and you need it. And that's why that's all garbage. It's all hype. It's all hype. And because I love you guys so much, I'm not willing to allow you to fall prey to the hype. However, if you're unwilling to go eat the food, the natural food, the food that grows from the ground, then you should take vitamins. Okay. So that's my context for that. But here's a third thing you'll want to do if you're going to take supplements, not just vitamins, but supplements in general. What's that supplement made from? I don't care what somebody said. What's that supplement made from? You ought to be able to look that up. You ought to be able to trace it back to a plant. And if it says concentrate, what does that actually mean? Why not? Why does it have to be in concentrate form? Why not just the plant itself? And how much of the plant is in the supplement? Is it like the 5th or 6th ingredient? That speaks to potency. And what is the potency? How much am I buying what you formulated as compared to what I'm supposed to be getting from it, right? So that's how I approach nutrition. I approach supplements, I should say. That's how I approach supplements. Am I truly lacking? What are the indicators that I'm lacking specifically? Now, I know a lot of people don't understand what that looks like. And I can tell you this. If you don't eat a plant-based diet, a heavily plant-based diet, then it's going to be, let me say that even clearer, a raw food plant-based diet. Majority. I'm not saying you shouldn't have cooked food. I mean, I could talk to you about all of that, but that's not the focus. What I'm trying to get you to see that is if you don't have a plant-based diet where you're eating mostly living food, which means your body's mostly getting the living nutrients that it needs because we're supposed to eat for our cells, our CELLS cells, to renew, and that's who we are. If you're not eating for your cells, a diet that empowers your cells, then chances are you don't actually know what you need. I hope it wasn't off. Was it off the whole time? Gotta let me know, Pamela. Did I just knock it off or has it been off the whole time? I apologize, guys. That would be terrible. And if so, I'll crop the video. Okay, great. It wasn't off the whole time. Great. I hit the button. So as you're trying to find out, do I need a supplement? The first thing you want to do is get your food right. Get your plate right. What should your plate look like? I'm gonna give you this freebie. You probably want to make sure at a minimum, for the average person, someone who's just want to get by, you're not trying to be healthy, but you also don't want to be sick. You want to have a minimum half of your plate being plant-based foods, right? And half of that, if that's going to be a minimum, you want to be living foods. Now, truly, I don't even by what I just said, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest. You want to make sure probably 75% of your plate is plant-based. And you want to have as much of that as raw as possible. And if you want to be optimal, if you want your body to actually heal and repair itself. Otherwise, you're going to naturally fall prey to supplements. So anyway, getting back to supplements, until you're eating a diet where you have plenty of water and you have plenty of nutrients coming in your body from foods because of the cellular exchange between foods and your cells, until you have that as a norm, it's going to be difficult for you to discover what supplements should I be taking. And it's going to be easy for you to think that you need a supplement because all you're going to look at is your symptom. My symptom is stiff joints. My symptom is upset stomach. My symptom is acne. You're going to look at the symptoms. And if you think about our world, you think about our world, we live in a world where we treat symptoms. There's nothing wrong with the medicine world. I'm not opposed to the medicine world. Like I tell my friends all the time, if I get hit by a car, don't bring me kale juice, take me to a doctor. But when we're talking about nutrition and being whole and being healthy, you can't go the direction of medicine or begin at the direction of medicine and think you're going to end up with the right result, which means if you start looking at the symptoms, not going to the root of the problem, you'll likely go down the wrong path. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm trying to help you work through that, think through that, because I want you to succeed. Now, getting back to supplements. So we talked a little bit about it, like what's in the supplement? What does it come from? Who said I needed to supplement? And what are my symptoms? Once you know what your symptoms are, then you can begin to say, okay, what foods, before we even get to foods, what am I not doing currently in my diet that I know I should be doing? How many of us say, I know I should drink some more water, but I'll get some later? Well, if you're living that life, it means you're probably a chronically dehydrated individual. And when you're chronically dehydrated, you'll find lots of things. You'll find more headaches. You'll find more stiffness in joints. You'll find more moodiness. You'll find more constipation. You'll find more mucus in your nose. You'll find more dandruff in your hair. You'll find depression. You'll find all sorts of symptoms that can easily be resolved with water. So if your water's off, you got to start there and get your baseline right. Okay? I'm just, if you knew me, you'd understand. I mean this so well. Just get your baseline right. So when you're looking at your symptoms, is my water right? Am I getting enough water on a daily basis? Start there. Okay, great. And then you want to go to your food. Am I getting enough living food? What am I actually consuming? Not, well, I don't really eat at all. How much water? That's a great question. And I love that Pam asked, because this is what this interaction is all about. A lot of research says this, and I'm gonna talk it through. A lot of research says that we need half our body weight. That's a good place to start. I recommend you start at a gallon of water. I recommend you start about a gallon of water because science has shown us, number one, that our body's 85% water. Now, recent science has tried to modify that and make it a little bit smaller, but you're actually 85% water. You're literally 85% water. So if you're not replacing it through the consumption of water and the consumption of living foods, which actually has water in it, which means if you're getting lots of living foods, you may not need as much volume of liquid water, as we call it, because you're eating foods that are water-based. Get that? I'm trying to give you some freebies here. You're eating foods that are water-based. When you have more water-based foods, then you don't have to worry about as much liquid water, but it's still important. So start there. But science, we knew, other than modern technology, for whatever reasons have shrunk it a little bit, that we are 85% water. So if you're not getting enough water, your brain's 85% water. If you're not getting enough water, you're automatically going to be off. And if you're off in your brain, you're going to naturally have all sorts of other symptoms. Yeah? Okay. All right. So once you got your water right, then you want to get your food right. You want to have at least 75% of your plate minimum plant-based. Now, what would the other portions be? Truthfully, it should all be plant-based, but some people feel like they need other things, and I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying that if you really want to be healthy, you want to make sure it's mostly plant-based. All right, got that? So then, and plant-based and not processed. Processed foods that are plant-based are plant-based junk food. All right? So, not saying it's the worst, just saying you need to be aware it's junk food. So don't attempt to hide behind it being plant-based because you won't see the results that you're looking for. Okay. All right. So once your plate is right, you got your water right, you got your plate right, then the other thing you want to be doing is moving. So if you're not moving on a regular basis, then you are not allowing yourself the opportunity for your cells to, yes, they circulate. Don't get me wrong. But if a joint's not moving, you're not allowing fresh cells in there with oxygen, with hydration, then that stiffness is going to be there. So movement is wonderful. That's why yoga has worked so well in the Eastern world, and we are adopting to it now. Because whether you go run a marathon like I used to do, or whether you pump iron real heavy and be a bodybuilder like my guy Eric used to do, Eric Gwynn, it's really, that's not the focus. Resistance weight is necessary, whether that's through push-ups, sit-ups, whatever. But what I'm talking about is mobility and being able to, in your yoga poses and stretches, you get to move those joints and open up, and you actually will find that you can develop muscle and strength if you're doing it properly. That will allow you the opportunity to be healthier. So you don't have to have high impact in order to work out, but you do need movement so that your body can also heal and repair itself. So before we get into supplements, or before you start purchasing supplements, ask yourself those questions. Am I moving regularly? Regularly meaning daily. Am I getting plenty of water daily? Not every few days, but daily. Am I eating mostly plant-based? Is my plate overwhelmingly mostly plant-based? Am I getting enough living foods, or am I just eating plant-based junk food? Once you get those things right, then you can begin to go, okay, now what's missing? Not what's missing, I need to go buy something. What's missing that I'm not doing, or that I'm experiencing that I'm not doing something that naturally counteracts it? When you're able to do that, then if it's time for a supplement, you can go, okay, all right, great. So I'm doing all these things, but my nails are still brittle. My hair is falling out. What's going on? Well, once you've done that and you've been working with your doctor to get your blood work in occasionally, then you can assess, all right, so my iron's good or my iron's low, my magnesium's good or my magnesium's low. And then you don't say, so what supplement do I need to take? You then say, what food has that in it? Because remember, supplements are derived from foods. Small versions of it, though, because the money's not there. The money's in giving you just enough to make a difference. And then add all the other stuff that's super cheap, so a profit margin is made. Again, I'm not saying it's bad. Don't be surprised if you see me designing my own natural supplements. But what you will find if I do that, you're going to be able to see that there's a large portion of it being plant-based. Why? Because I want you to get the truth. I want you to truly get the truth. That's super, super important, which is why I give away stuff like this. These secrets I'm giving you, people don't want you to know. And actually, truth is, most of us don't even want to do it. And that's the harder part for me. I know most of us don't even want to change our diet because we're so comfortable eating what we eat, and we don't want to change it because it gives us satisfaction. Except that satisfaction is causing havoc, and we know it. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. What questions do you guys have? I've shared some stuff on supplements. It's something that's been in my space. I want to kind of just get it out and help you guys when it comes to supplements in terms of how to determine if you need a supplement or not. Well, that depends on who even said you needed a supplement. And then what's the symptom? And if you're going to take the supplement, what's in the supplement, right? Is it really that, or is it some other garbage? And then the other things that I shared as well. So you can rewind and catch that. But what's up? What do you guys want to talk about? Pam, how you doing, bud? How you doing, boo? What's going on? How can I help you? I miss you, by the way. I miss you. I love that you've become vegan and you've dropped a ton and you're feeling better. Is there anything in particular you had a question about? Is there anybody else you had a question? I mean, I'm here just coaching. I'm impacting and sharing. I'm on for at least another 10 minutes, just answering questions for you guys. And again, I'm going to do this. So feel free to drop a question if you have one. But I'm going to do this continually on and off for the next few weeks or so. Like I said, I've got a new program coming out. It's a self-enclosed program. One of them is a 3-day. So when you've got you get hammered for the weekend, but you got to get it back together after that wedding, after that bachelorette party, or perhaps, you just you really, something happened emotionally. You just got to jar and wake yourself back up. I've got a 3-day program coming up to help you be able to do that. That will naturally help your body respond like it's supposed to. And then I'm working on a 10-day program as well that will allow you the opportunity to say, okay, I got something coming up in 30 days. I got a wedding I'm supposed to be in, outdoor wedding, of course. Or perhaps you got this new dress or a new suit you want to put on, fellas, and that gut's in the way. So I got a 10-day program coming up that will coach you through that as well. It's all self-enclosed, so you'll be able to interact with the program itself, and we'll have frequently asked questions and all sorts of things available. But my goal is to empower you to get where you're trying to go. And for those of you who really want to go to the next level, I'm contemplating between a 35 to 60-day program and a masterclass. I've been doing this 12 years now, 12, 13 years. And truly the next evolution for me is going to be the naturopathic doctor. So that's what I'm going to move towards. But the point is, I want to know, would you be more interested in a 30 to 60-day program where I am interacting once a week with you as a group? Or would you be more interested in a master class where we really sit down and I empower you to understand how I approach nutrition to get some of the results and success that I've had over the years with people and their way of being? So I need you guys to give me that feedback. I'm not going to beg for it, but I need it from you because it'll help me, because I want to make sure I deliver what you guys are looking for. A little bit about me for those of you who don't know. I'm into wellness because you're watching the program, but I'm also a certified raw vegan nutritionist. I've been in this game 13 years. And my intention is not to make you go raw. It never has. Well, maybe early on it probably was, because I really do believe in the power of living food for a living body, right? That food has electricity. We have electricity. It helps us come alive. But over the years, I realized I would like to say my radical stance, but it would only be considered radical because the average is so low at this point that anything that I would say is normal would look radical, but it's actually not. Having a highly plant-based diet is undebatable in terms of how we are as creatures. But I am no longer solely focused on making someone become raw. That's not the goal. The goal is, how can I get you to understand and open into a new world and do something you weren't doing, which then allows you to begin to experience progress in the right direction. And the reason why I push hard is because I'm tired of my friends dying. Let me say that one more time. I'm tired of my friends dying over things they don't have to die for. So food is one of those things that allows people to expand, and I want to be a part of that contribution to the planet. Any other questions or any other topics you guys want me to touch on while we're here today? And again, I'm going to do this again in another next week. I may have guests on next week, and then the following week I'll go back to a session like this. But begin to shoot me, inbox me your questions. I want to make sure I do proper research so that I can answer them and help guide you guys down the right direction. Okay. So if something shows up, great. If not, I got 5 more minutes. And so feel free to drop it in. Cmos. Cmos is fantastic. It's a sea veggie, sort of like spirulina and other things. So they have lots of nutrients. I'm all about it. It's great. It's cool. And I haven't had any yet. Not because I'm for it, but my focus has been keeping my baseline right. If my baseline is right, I don't have to worry about what do I need to go get to add into it, because my baseline is right. But I will be getting some soon, so I'm looking forward to experiencing it. I know a lot of you guys have had a lot of success with it, and I'm excited about it. Oh, and I got a surprise coming up. I'll tell you guys about it soon. I got a surprise. Got something coming up that I think is going to touch you guys. If you live in Chicago, that's the first phase of it, and then we're looking to expand beyond Chicago as well. So stay tuned. Over the next few weeks, you're going to see some stuff that you probably weren't prepared for, but I'm excited to share it with you. And yeah, so any other questions before we get out of here? I want to make sure that I honor our time together. Sorry about that. All right. So if we don't have any other questions, again, I'm going to be on doing Wellness Wednesdays the next few weeks, there will be some guests interacting and coming on board, but there's also simply going to be good old Marquise Martin Hayes sharing with you guys. And I look forward to contributing to your life and adding value. That's my deal. I like doing that. All right. And so real quick, as I told you at the top of the show, right now we are having an amazing sale of Rodan and Fields. I am a proud Rodan and Fields consultant because I represent the best of the best when it comes to empowering people, when it comes to giving you tools that help you expand your horizons and also make you look good. And with that in mind, I want to share this last commercial and we'll wrap up. That's our AmpMD roller. All right, so that's our AmpMD roller. So if you've got turkey neck and wrinkles under here, it can help with that. It can also help open up your pores so that your skin and your body can not only absorb the cleansers and the toners and the moisturizers, but also help your skin heal and repair faster. And I got to tell you, at 47 years old, let me get this camera close. At 47, I'm not flawless, but dadgummit, I like it. All right, friends, this is Marquise Martin Hayes. It's Wellness Wednesday. Thanks for joining me. Remember, get your questions together because we're going to do this again over the next few weeks. Talk to you soon.